You struggling to catch your very first shark, finally break 10 foot, or just be consistent when you go shark fishing? Well, my friends, if that's you, you're in the right place because I'm going to show you how to catch more sharks, be more consistent, and level up your shark fishing game. Because my name's Dylan. I've been shark fishing for 12 years. I've caught thousands of sharks, and I'm taking my shark fishing journey from a recreational thing to a full-time six-figure job. And what I'm about to teach you in the course can be applied worldwide. So let's get right into it. My friends, I have 12 years of shark fishing experience, and I'm handing all of my information to you completely for free, right? So this is my entire system, start to finish. This is why most people struggle, okay? It's not luck, it's because they don't have a system, right? So most people fish random. They might have a few tips or tricks here, but for the most part, they're just relying on hope. And that's what I don't want you guys to do, okay? The guys who catch consistently run the same process every single trip. That is including us, okay? Learn the system, stop hoping, and turn the hope word into expecting, okay? I want you guys to go out with a proper system and then expect to catch sharks. And when things don't work out, then you go back, you tweak the system to what works for you in your area, and then you continue to raise the confidence bar in yourself and in the crew that you guys are shark fishing with. So let's get right into it. Every single trip, we go through these 9 phases, all right? Every single time. We run shark fishing trips here in the Florida Panhandle. My guys tomorrow start an 8-day stretch. 8 trips, back to 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 back. And they're going to use this 9-phase system every single day, okay? Because it works, all right? So here's my full system. I'm giving it away to you guys. Phase 0, should you go? Phase 1 is where, gear and procedure, bait, camp and setup, spread, bite, fight, and release. Now, if this system seems a little elementary or goofy, it's because I haven't explained it to you guys yet, but you have to trust and fully believe that this system is what has made us so successful as far as a full-time shark fishing guide that works over 200 trips a year, and it can make you a more successful shark fisherman too. So lock in with me here. Let's go through this system. So before you ever cast, you got to figure out where you should go, and then you got to figure out where you're going to go, okay? Should you even go basically means conditions. Are the conditions right? Are you going, like where you're going, is there June grass or some sort of thing that might adhere to the success of your trip? You got to figure out, should you even unlock the front door, all right? And then the golden rule is, you shouldn't ask if you can get a bait out. You should ask if you can release a shark in those conditions. That's kind of where the drone thing comes into play a lot. If all my drone guys basically understood that it's not about getting your bait out, it's about can you release a 10, 12, 13-foot shark in the conditions that you're droning baits in, then I think that will help the shark fishing community be a lot better. And then, where to go. Sharks can patrol certain places. You need the right beach, the right structure, the right areas, the right place, the right times of year. Where to go is huge for shark fishing, and then also just for the success of your trip. We use Google Maps. So for example, in our area, Destin, Florida is a very busy place. A lot of those parking lots are public accesses, but they have certain rules and weird things. So when you're scouting on Google Maps and you're looking for a parking lot or an access, then you need to find, okay, it's called Henderson Beach. And then you Google Henderson Beach rules, and then you'll find out that it closes at dark. So now it's not a good option. So then you go down the road and you might find a public access, and then you go to Street View, and then you look at the street signs next to the public access, and it might say no shark fishing or close at dark or something weird like that. This legwork before you leave the house could save you your entire trip. So make sure you're doing the legwork, my friends. And then, the next few stages are your gear prep. So your gear prep at home is going to be huge. I could talk for 45 minutes just about the this step here, but here's a simplistic overview. Your rod, your reel, your leader, your drag, everything, especially when you're deploying baits, is very important. It needs to be dialed in to land a 6, 7, 800-pound fish. Get it in successfully, get it out successfully, and do it very quickly. Just a fun little tidbit here. Any conventional 80 wide reel you buy will never come in set, so the drag will not be at the max specs on the box. You're gonna have to set your preset. That is a thing that guys miss. I don't know how many times. It's insane, but yeah, you guys got to set your drag at home, use a scale, use a digital scale, set your strike, put it in free spool, crank up your preset, put it to strike, use a scale to test the drag after you spooled it, know exactly what drag numbers you're fishing at strike and full. That is huge to the success of your trip, not only landing, but also successfully releasing the shark, which is very important. And then fresh bait is the biggest mistake I see guys use. We have almost 1 million followers across all platforms. We get tons of messages every single day about shark fishing, and this is probably the biggest difference maker. We have 5 deep freezers at our house. full of all kinds of different frozen baits, and we bring them every single trip that we work for the charters. But every single time before our charters, we go out, we put the extra effort in, we spend a few hours getting fresh bait, and that has exponentially increased the catch rate on our trips. So fresh bait is the best bait. Bring frozen bait if you need to, have your backup frozen baits, but you got to figure out how to get fresh bait in your area. It's huge, huge, huge. So you got your fresh bait, your gear's all set up, you figured out where to go, the conditions are right. When you get there, you guys got to set up to win. And this is really a twofold system here. So everything is in place. So when everything starts happening, you guys are fighting a shark or releasing a shark, you guys know where everything is. And then, you got to read the baits and set your spread correctly. So about your camp setup, it's kind of twofold. I tell people all the time, you guys on day one can represent shark fishing to the public just as much as I can on year 12. So I could basically be fishing in my area for 12 years. Everyone loves us. We're so respected, and guys understand, even if people who don't shark fish or fish, they're like, those guys are great. They're so respectful. They love the sharks. They aid in shark research. Like, they can know everything. And then a new tourist could come along, and then a new shark fisherman can come along in our area, and that guy his camp's not clean. He cuts bait. He leaves it out. There's blood everywhere. It stinks. The chairs are falling over. The gear looks like crap. Everything's like, the rods aren't straight up and down. Like, everything just was falling over. The camp just looks like a homeless shelter, and it smells like crap because the baits are everywhere. And that guy's hard to be approached, and someone's like, hey, don't you think you should clean these up? And he's like, hey, I'll call the cops. This is a free country or whatever. And then that tourist walks away and says, okay, that shark fishing guy was a jerk. Shark fishermen are jerks. And then they go to their condo, and then they talk about more people, and they said, oh yeah, I saw that guy. And then all of a sudden now there's a whole people in my area that I've been influencing for 12 years in a positive way, and then the guy on day one can ruin it just as much as the guy on year 12. And that's not just about your camp setup, but the camp setup is huge for how you're representing the sport. If you look clean, you look the part, people are going to assume that you are the part. And then the second part is the details. So during a release, things can get chaotic during a fight. Knowing where an extra harness is, zip ties, extra dikes, bolt cutters, tail ropes, like whatever you guys need during your release. If you drop the bolt cutters and you have a second set and the camp is really organized, and that person can go and they know exactly where it is, and that might be the difference between successfully releasing a hammerhead or not successfully releasing a hammerhead. So the details of this stuff comes down to basically like making or breaking your trip sometime, and obviously all that can like lead down to like having a good impact on like successfully releasing a hammer, having a bad impact on the people around you watching you maybe not successfully release the hammer. So again, you guys are all representing shark fishing, so take that pretty seriously. As far as setting the spread goes, we could again talk another 45-50 minutes just about how to set a spread successfully. But a really base sense is basically like if where you're putting your bait is up here and your beach is right here, just from like a vertical sense, and you kayak or drone your bait out and the current's going this way, always set your longest drop into the current. So the current's going this way, you should be setting your bait into the current this way. And the best way I always explain it is basically it's like a sailboat, right? So you got your sail, and you got your wind, and your wind is filling your sail, putting more pressure on it. And then if you furl the sail into the wind is going to be hitting it at a less angle, and it's going to have less effect on the sail. Your line's no different. So set your bait up here. The current's going to hit your line at an angle and not put as much pressure on it. Less pressure on your line means, one, your weights are going to set better. It means, two, you can get away with more loose drag. When you're setting it for the bite, that means the shark can pick up the bait and feel less pressure than they would if you just set it straight. So we always set our longest rod into the current, second longest rod into the second part of the current, and then the shortest rod obviously goes down current or like straight out or something like that. So that helps a lot. Hopefully that little tidbit helps you guys. And then the last few phases, you know what I'm saying, like bite, fight, release, all this is super important. But again, we could go on for an hour about the bite, talking about what a committed shark sounds like, how big a bait, how to hook the baits. That way, when the bite comes, you know what a committed shark sounds like, you know what an uncommitted shark sounds like. How long do you let them eat is based on how committed they sound versus what size of bait they're picking up, versus what time of year it is, can give you an idea of species, and different species act different. But the bite as a whole, that phase is a whole thing in itself. Once you set the hook and you come tight and everything's successful, you need that fight to be smooth and fast. That really comes down to phase one, where you did all your gear prep and everything was good to go, or phase two. And so you do all the legwork at home before you get to the beach. That way, when you're fighting this giant shark, everything goes well and you can be a fast, smooth angler with the fight. And then, the landing release needs to be quick, safe, especially if you plan to release a shark. You got to be efficient. The biggest tip I can give you guys here is assigning roles to the people in the crew. So, hey, you're going to grab the de-hooker, I'm going to grab the leader first, and then, you're going to have the bolt cutters with you just in case we need. And then the whole thing is going to be, I'm going to grab the leader, we're going to look. If we can't de-hook it easily very quickly, come straight in with the bolt cutters, be ready to go, and then we're pushing the shark straight out. Or if we can get it out as soon as we get the de-hooker out, make sure you're putting the bolt cutters straight up as soon as the hook comes out, because I'm going to need your help. Like, all this during a 20-30 minute fight can be all talked about. Okay, so that's very important. And then kind of back to the fight a little bit, we always keep the fight times as low as possible. I would say 30 minutes or below on 90% of your sharks. So very few fights should go over 45 minutes, and really very few of your fights should ever go over 30 minutes. That all comes down to, again, just setting your drag at home, using the proper gear, spooling your reels the proper way. That's all very important stuff. Again, we could talk for 45 minutes about this one. So that's our entire system. All right, 9 phases every single trip. Like I said, you can miss one phase and it might affect your entire trip. Again, the details really, really matter when you're going through stuff like this. And the reason guys aren't successful shark fishing day in and day out is because you don't have a procedure. Fun fact, you need a procedure I have a procedure for everything. Other facets of fishing, everything in life. The more intentional you are about these things, the more you're going to get positive results out of them. And especially when you fail, that's almost great, because it's more data for you to use to then tweak your procedures and systems even more. So my friends, shark fishing is no different. The whole roadmap is completely free. I made a course. So basically, if you guys follow the link below, or you guys go to catchmoresharks.com, which I'm going to put up on the screen here in a second, I made a 5-video course, way more in depth than the one you're watching right now. So if this video has been valuable to you so far, go to catchmoresharks.com, click on the free course. I've got 5 videos, all in a really highly structured format. It's going to give you this entire system that I just talked about, more in-depth, video by video. There's also a community in there, which is different than other shark fishing communities on the internet right now, because it's actually helpful. Everyone in there wants to learn. Most guys in there are new or still learning, so you guys can all bounce information off each other. It's also a great place to learn genuine guys that are inside that community that maybe you guys can meet up with and go shark fishing together. And then we also offer a paid course after you finish the 101 if you guys want to even more level up your game. But look, the entire system, I did it for free, 5-video course. We're talking about casting baits in one video, deploying baits in another video. The whole video is about when and where to go. Talking about the full system map. It's 100% free. It's inside our community. And again, there is no catch. There is no upsell. I genuinely made that course to basically be like, once you finish it, you can go to the paid course and you can level up, but you shouldn't need it. You should be able to go through the entire 101 course and get all the value you need to take my system and use it in your everyday lives, and you don't have to pay for crap. You don't have to buy anything. You don't owe me anything, mainly because I genuinely want to help. My pain point is basically 12 years ago when I started, I had to learn all this by myself. It was incredibly painful. I oftentimes hated shark fishing, swore I was going to never go again, and then for some reason I kept coming back and kept coming back and kept coming back, and eventually I did figure it out, and I did get a system down, and I did make it work, and I am here today doing a full-time shark fishing job, and I absolutely love it, and I just don't want you guys to go through the same pains that I did. So that's why I made it. I genuinely care about you guys, and I want the shark fishing community to level up and everybody safe, be safe, smart shark fishermen. So catchmoresharks.com. There's a link on the video here. So links in the description as well. Start the free course today. Again, it's 100% free. It's completely for you guys. If you guys got value out of this video, send this video or send the course or catchmoresharks.com, that link to your buddies who also should join the community. We're going to level up our shark fishing game together. Subscribe, and then I'll see you guys inside the community. Woo!